Could I ask the graduands to turn and face the platform, please? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Fall Convocation 2018. Would you please join our vocalist, Angela Janine, in the singing of O Canada? Please be seated. Once again, graduands, family and friends, distinguished guests, welcome. My name is Beth Bilson, and I'm the University Secretary. I'd like to begin by pointing out that this, after 50 years in this facility for Convocation, this is the last of the University of Saskatchewan Convocations that will be held here. And I would like to thank the staff and administrators at TCU Place for the support and assistance they've given to the university in holding these ceremonies in their wonderful facility. The Spring Convocation 2019 will actually be held in Merlis Belcher Place, which is the new multi-ice surface rink facility at the University of Saskatchewan. I'm going now to introduce the platform party of distinguished guests that you see before you. So beginning with the front row on my left and your right, Russ Eisinger, University Registrar, Patty McDougall, Vice Provost Teaching, Learning and Student Experience, Grit McCreath, Honorary Ambassador representing the Alumni Association, Jay Calra, Member of the Board of Governors, Ross Gardapi, Traditional Knowledge Keeper, Tony Vanelli, Provost and Vice President Academic, President Peter Stoichev, Chancellor Roy Romano, Brad Wildeman, recipient of this afternoon's honorary degree, Mary Buer, Dean, College of Agriculture and Bioresources, who will be presenting the honorary degree candidate, Kishore Wasan, Dean of the College of Pharmacy and Nutrition, Chad London, Dean of the College of Kinesiology, Suzanne Cresta, Dean, College of Engineering, Trevor Crow, Dean, College of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies. And in the second row, our orators, Shirley Haynes, Ken Howland, Dave Munch, Senators Linda Browning and Colleen Toy, Marie-Ève Plesbert, the Aboriginal Liaison from the Graduate Students Association, Tony Kuzelik, recipient of the Distinguished Graduate Supervisor Award, Kent Kowalski, Associate Dean, College of Kinesiology, Don Wallin, Associate Dean, College of Education, Fran Wally, Associate Dean, College of Agriculture and Bioresources, David Burgess, Associate Dean, College of Education, Bruce Sparling, Associate Dean, College of Engineering, Martha Smith, Associate Dean, College of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, Heather Haven, Associate Dean, College of Law. Liz Harrison, Associate Dean, College of Medicine. Jerry Lasiak, Professor, College of Nursing, Regina Campus. Elizabeth Sneed, Associate Dean, Western College of Veterinary Medicine. Chris Clark, Associate Dean, Western College of Veterinary Medicine. And Stephen Jones, Executive Director, School of Public Health. And behind them, and I would ask them to stand, members of the faculty of the University of Saskatchewan. Would you please join me in expressing to all of these faculty as I said this morning, it says here I'm supposed to ask you to applaud, but you clearly figured that out yourself. We acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of Treaty 6 and the homeland of the Métis. We pay our respects to the First Nations and Métis ancestors of this place and reaffirm our relationship with one another. Please stand as you are able for the honor song. Please be seated.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's so really wonderful to see all of you here today, and congratulations to the graduands who are about to cross this stage. It's a wonderful occasion for all of us. You see us before you in our fancy work clothes. We haven't mixed up the date for Halloween. We're doing it for you as our most visible gesture of respect, though personally I'm hoping it's going to become a fashion statement that catches on. Eminent Chancellor, graduands and families, honored guests, I thank the many people who are here today to be part of this moment in the University of Saskatchewan's history. In particular, I want to acknowledge today's elder, Ross Gardapi, Thank you very much, sir, for being here. A proud alumnus of the U of S. The Buffalo Boys drum group who played that honors song that is in honor of all the graduates who will be crossing the stage today. Our honorary degree recipient, Brad Wilderman, from whom you will be hearing shortly. Our honorary ambassador, Grit McCreath, here to join us from Calgary, and the orchestra of student musicians today directed by Darren Oler-King. I also acknowledge the many faculty on the stage behind me in front of you who are at the heartbeat of this university. They have been leaders and mentors for so many of you who will graduate here today. We're here to celebrate a milestone in the lives of the graduates who will soon cross this stage. We're proud of them, they're proud of what they've done. Life is richer when we collectively acknowledge success and hard work and rites of passage such as this one today. We're also here because this university has brought us together. A university is a wonderful thing, a great experiment in the ongoing conversation that we call democracy. Universities are crucial participants in that conversation. We're so fortunate to be in Canada and to have the freedoms we have. Given the world we're in now, where it's difficult to separate out what's true and what's not true, where our future depends on knowledge and the correct use of it, where research holds the key to our greatest challenges, where free speech and informed speech are critical to our humanity, universities are needed more than they have ever been needed. And the University of Saskatchewan is needed more than it has ever been. What all of you crossing this stage today, strengthened with the University of Saskatchewan degree, go on to do in your lives will matter immensely to our collective future. You did all the work, you went to all the classes for the most part, you wrote the essays and assignments and exams, and you earned the right to be here in this moment today. But you know and I know that many others helped. So take the time to thank your spouses and partners, parents and grandparents, friends, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, communities, elementary school teachers, high school teachers, the professors you appreciated, and the classmates who helped you out. Because you don't achieve something this big, without a lot of help along the way. Many graduates across the country are sitting in seats like you are, in auditoriums like this one right now, getting their university degrees. But I want to tell you that there is something special about a U of S degree. And it's because at this university where we govern ourselves not only on the basis of what we want to be, but what the world needs us to be. The world needs cures for cancer, and we are the home of the cobalt-60 radiation therapy that revolutionized cancer treatment in 1951 and saved the lives of millions of cancer patients around the world. The small Acme machine and electric company just around the corner from us on Idlewild Drive built the casing. U of S medical researchers built the concept. Many thousands of patients were treated here over the next 20 years until it was replaced with newer technology in 1971. Sylvia Fedorik, who later became Saskatchewan's Lieutenant Governor and after that our Chancellor, was a graduate student member of that project's team. Significant cancer research continues at the U of S, building on that world-famous history. The world needs thoughtful, educated, and humane leaders, and some of the country's most formative holders of high office got their degrees here. Among them are Prime Minister John Diefenbaker, Governor General Ray Natishan, premiers such as Scott Moe and our Chancellor Roy Romano. 9 Canadian premiers in all have now been students at the U of S. Many lieutenant governors of Saskatchewan, including Tom Malloy, a former U of S Chancellor, and of other provinces, including Ontario's current Lieutenant Governor, Elizabeth Dowdeswell. many Canadian ambassadors to countries around the world, dozens of high-ranking public servants in Ottawa, such as Gordon Thiessen, former Governor of the Bank of Canada, Aboriginal leaders like our previous Chancellor Blaine Fayvel, former Chief of the FSIN. The world needs groundbreaking researchers who change how we understand the world we live in, and people who went on to win Nobel Prizes were here. One was chemistry graduate student Henry Taube, who received it in 1983. Another from the U of S was Gerhard Hertzberg, who was offered a position in physics in 1935 by our first president, Walter Murray, to escape Nazi Germany when no other university on this continent had the vision or the humanity to offer him one. Hertzberg won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1971. The world needs great writers, and writers such as College of Education graduate Sharon Butala, who wrote Perfection of the Morning, and three-time Governor General's Award winner Guy Vanderhaeghe were here. Hilda Neatby, who wrote the controversial book critical of Canadian education called So Little for the Mind. The world needs open-minded, courageous, and compassionate members of the justice sector, and we have graduated many. Supreme Court Justice Emmett Hall was a student here, a law school classmate of John Diefenbaker's, and Diefenbaker later became our Chancellor. Justice Hall's report for the 1964 Royal Commission on National Healthcare Services recommended that Canada adopt Saskatchewan's public health insurance model. In it, he wrote that the only thing more expensive than good health care is no health care. Emmett Hall later became Chancellor of the U of S. Roy Romano, another law school alumnus and now our Chancellor, authored in 2002 the only other Royal Commission on the Future of Healthcare in Canada. These aren't only examples of justice in action, they're examples of social justice in action. The world needs great athletes and coaches, and Olympians Sandra Schmirler, Coach Lyle Sanderson, track athlete Diane Jones-Konahowski, NHL coaches Mike Babcock and Dave King were at the U of S. In fact, recently 4 of the NHL's head coaches were student athletes here with Huskies hockey. That history of excellence is why we were able to fund and build Merlis Belcher Place, the multi-purpose sports and hockey complex that is formally opening this very weekend. And we think again of the athletes and leaders and those supporting them who lost their lives in the Humboldt Broncos tragedy, some of whom were U of S students, and who put in perspective for us what a privilege it is to be here today, celebrating the beautiful futures of our young people. The world needs peace, sometimes hard fought. And in this, the 100th anniversary of the end of the First World War, we are also reminded of the 345 U of S students, faculty, and staff who enlisted in it. They are commemorated on the university's memorial gates on College Drive. More than 100 more were wounded, and 35 were awarded Medals of Valor. The university gave so many brave soldiers to the cause that the College of Engineering closed its doors for the 1916-17 academic year when all its faculty, staff, and students enlisted. More U of S soldiers were killed in the First World War than graduated from here in 1918. 100 years ago from this convocation, we are celebrating together now. These are examples of what I mean when I say that we're the university the world needs. Now in our second century, enjoying a time of peace here secured by those who went before us and by the accomplishments of our alumni and our faculty, we are seen as a research leader in the country with Canada's only synchrotron, where we've pioneered how to produce medical isotopes without using a nuclear reactor. There is a huge national and international demand for these isotopes due to the closure of Chalk River last March. And our cyclotron is now producing the medical isotopes for RUH, a fitting homage to that cobalt-60 work done here over half a century ago. The world needs to provide food to its rapidly growing population. In order to meet the world's food needs, agricultural productivity needs to more than double. Our Global Institute for Food Security is helping do just that, enabled by great work done at the U of S over decades, including by our Crop Development Center, that helped reduce the amount of farmland under summer fallow from almost 50% in 1970 to a fraction of 1% today. The economic impact for the province in this U of S area alone is in the neighborhood of $40 billion. We'll be adding to that economic impact in many ways. Faculty expertise in the College of Agriculture and Bioresources has led an international consortium that has recently unraveled the structure of the wheat genome, which will have enormous positive consequences for wheat producers worldwide. And that college, together with the Western College of Veterinary Medicine, has partnered with government and industry to create the Livestock and Forage Center of Excellence, a world first that combines every link of the livestock production chain to improve livestock production in Canada and around the world. The world needs to understand the reasons for droughts and floods to safeguard our communities against tragedies such as the recent ones in Calgary, Houston, the Carolinas, New Brunswick, BC, and here in Saskatchewan. Our Global Institute for Water Security, the largest university-led research center of its kind in the world, is doing just that. These institutes of water security and food security are also examples of how we bring together different parts of the university to work on global problems. With 17 colleges and graduate schools, we have more than any Canadian university of our size. This is a crucial feature of who we are, because although we do not know what the solutions are to the major challenges facing us today, we do know this: that none of them will be solved by a single discipline or a single person, but by many people from many disciplines working together. We're poised to help do that with faculty like the ones on the stage before you, who are at the cutting edge of research, scholarly, and artistic work. All these things matter. They demonstrate why we're one of the top 15 research-intensive universities in the country, and why the University of Saskatchewan leads all Canada's 96 universities when it comes to the per capita economic impact on the surrounding region. They demonstrate how we help make our province, Canada, and the world a better place. Saskatoon, too. Great cities need and deserve great universities. A strong relationship between the two is crucial, and we're fortunate to have one with the City of Saskatoon, a formal partnership that is the first of its kind in Canada between a major university and the city that it's in. I say this in order to emphasize that the U of S degree you've worked hard to receive today has tremendous value. Many employers tell me that when they see an application from a U of S grad, it gets special attention because the quality of the university is so high and because of its graduates' work ethic that's part of our prairie roots. And also because you haven't just learned one particular area of study, you've learned how to transfer it to what you've learned in another discipline. You've learned about excellence, and excellence is a transferable skill. Why does that matter? Because we will all need to be able to solve problems that we can't even imagine today. Saskatchewan's future will depend on it. The world's future will depend on it. 44% of the available jobs in this province require the skills and knowledge that a university education provides, but only 25% of Saskatchewan's workforce has a university education. This underscores the critical importance of investing in higher education and the fact that we are a crucial part of the province's future success. The U of S is a leader in helping Saskatchewan stay ahead of the innovation curve. Without our kind of research and teaching, there is no innovation. And without innovation, we all have a diminished future. So now, more than ever before, we all need people with degrees like yours, from a university like yours, to help build a more sustainable world, a more equitable world, a world with the courage to embrace diversity, and I am proud that we now have students from 109 countries attending the U of S, and many of those countries are represented by graduates here today. The world also needs us to be a country that responds to the work of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, because as its chair, Murray Sinclair, stated at the U of S 3 years ago, education is the key to reconciliation. And I'm grateful that the U of S is seen in this country as a participant, not as a bystander, in building reconciliation. This year, we have more Indigenous students at our university than ever before in our history. We are at a time when the country faces the greatest cultural challenge and opportunity of its history. Being the university the world needs means committing to reconciliation today, not to supplant traditional Western understanding, but to enrich it, acknowledge thousands of years of deep learning that occurred here long prior to it, and give all students a more informed and ultimately more compassionate understanding of the world, knowing that the measure of a civilization is its compassion, not its ability to consume. Achieving this will take a strategic mixture of patience and impatience, and it will take time. But as Walter Murray wrote to a friend in 1908 when traveling here to begin his work as our first president, we are building for centuries. So in the end, what's all this that you're achieving today about? Only you can actually answer that for yourself. But part of it is about being able to contribute to your community, this province, this country, to be a person the world needs in your own right. For me, it has always been about a passion for the idea of a university, a radical experiment in human culture, a place where we learn to be humble servants of a democratic society and respectful critics of it, where we can be building for centuries, for the Roy Romanows, John Diefenbakers, Gerhard Hertzbergs, Hilda Neatbys, Sharon Butalas, Emmett Halls, Sylvia Fedoricks, Brad Wildemans of the world. It was about something else. None of them, while at university, knew exactly where they were headed. But they knew to listen for a passion to follow, and that became an endless journey. For you, it'll be something else. Doesn't matter exactly what it is, but be passionate and compassionate about it and use it for good. To today's graduates, on behalf of all of us, congratulations.
Eminent Chancellor, I am pleased to introduce to you Mr. Brad Wildeman. Mr. Wildeman grew up on a grain farm near Lanigan, Saskatchewan, where his father was instrumental in building a community-owned cattle feedlot. And in 1985, he assumed the role of president and general manager of Poundmaker Ag Ventures. From his very earliest job as a kid at that feedlot to his eventual role leading the 28,500 head feedlot, Mr. Wildeman has continually demonstrated his commitment to the success of the entire agriculture industry. During his time there, the company grew to be the largest feeding company in the province, employing 50 staff and providing local market opportunity to millions of bushels of farmland production annually. I think you can say entrepreneur. But that's not enough. Wildeman then went under his leadership to lead Poundmaker to start a groundbreaking ethanol business in 1991, integrating wheat-based ethanol production and livestock feeding. And there's the innovation, and there's part of that drive and passion. But more than that, he undertook to lead with the responsibility and commitment because, again, his own work was not enough. He's been involved in cattle organizations provincially and nationally and has served all of the industries internationally as well. He's past president of the Canadian Cattlemen's Association, past chair of Canada Beef Incorporated, and a member of the Federal Beef Roundtable that advises the federal government. He has co-chaired the Beef and Cattle Trade Advisory Group, the Beef Cattle Market Access Advisory Committee, and chaired the Vaccine and Infectious Disease Organization, VITO, and the Saskatchewan Cattle Feeders Association. That level of work and leadership and innovation has led to his receipt already of many accolades over the decades for all of those contributions. He's been awarded Canada's Governor-General's Award, the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal, the Saskatchewan Centennial Medal, and in 2008 he was inducted into the Saskatchewan Agricultural Hall of Fame. He has done so much for the industry and recognized the need that it has to strengthen connections between consumers and farmers and ranchers so that we are all working together to feed the world. His work and dedication helped build public trust in agricultural production, and clearly that trust is necessary for the industry to continue to produce the food in a sustainable manner and to be recognized for the excellent work it does. And he is not done because he's continuing to lend his leadership and commitment, his guidance and expertise as a member, as the President has told you, of the Strategic Advisory Board for the Livestock and Forage Center of Excellence. That center opened less than a month ago, and he's on the leadership of the Strategic Advisory Board. And that center is a total integration of every aspect of agriculture and food production, and that's the kind of leadership role that Mr. Wilderman has provided. Eminent Chancellor, I present to you Mr. Brad Wilderman and ask that you confer on him an honorary Doctor of Laws degree.
By virtue of the authority, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of the province, and with the consent of the Senate of this university, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, and invest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto. I'm even choked up about this whole this presentation. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much to Chancellor Romano, President Stoichkov, deans, assistant deans, faculty and staff, family and guests, and particularly to you, the graduating class of 2018. First, I'd like to thank Dean Beard. Mary, thanks for those very kind remarks. I've had a chance to work with Mary very many times, and so we've grown to be good friends. And I'd just like to echo, maybe to begin, and thank this prestigious university for the great honor that I've been bestowed upon me. And as the President Stoichkov said, great leaders in politics, business, humanities, arts, and science have nurtured and taught within these halls. The discoveries made through its research programs have helped to make Saskatchewan a more innovative, more profitable, and more sustainable industry and place to live. And besides that, as a father of a Husky hockey alumni, I would just add that the U of S is not only a great academic university, but it's also a great athletic university. And the Huskies bring great pride to all of us in the province. And so I'm particularly pleased with all the new facilities that have been constructed. And I think that the legacy of the U of S Huskies will just continue to grow stronger. I'd also like to recognize my family, particularly they're up there in the cheap seats. I love you kids. And also to all the people that came today who helped make this possible. And so I'm very pleased that you were able to attend and share this honor with me. You know, my parents always wanted me to get a university education because my mom said, all you want to do is talk and argue, so you should probably be a lawyer. And I could just say she's passed on now, but I know my mom and dad will be looking down and they'll be pretty proud. And I just say, well, it took a little longer. And as my daughter told me the other day, she said, I didn't know the U of S had a 40-year law program because it seems like you must be the only enrollee. So many of you are probably sitting out here thinking, you know, who is this dude? Who's this guy up here and what's he doing there anyways? And so I might as well get this out right away. I must admit that I'm a university dropout. I could say that now without raising too much ire of your parents out there because you've already made it so that they won't have to worry about that. But my kids up there, God bless them, they like to remind me of this failure often. And so I think, you know, I'm a pretty relatively modest guy. But from now on, I'm demanding they refer to me only as Dr. Dad, no one else. It's payback time for me. So to the graduating class this year, I want to take the next few minutes allotted to me to share some of my experiences and maybe some of the learnings that came from them and hope that it'll help you on your life's journey. I could spend an hour for you, but thankfully for you, they haven't given me that much time. And so my kids told me last night, for God's sake, Dad, don't be droning on and on. He said, get up there, say thank you, sit down, that'll be enough. and I know that some of you were probably out celebrating last night, you know, your great achievement. I think I saw some people on a pub crawl, I'm sure it wasn't you. Or you're thinking of maybe tonight, maybe living up, and so you're probably not going to remember very much of what I'm going to say today, and you're likely not going to follow my advice anyway. But thanks for at least looking attentive, and I appreciate that. That gives me some comfort. So what, you know, while a lot of people considering sort of dropping out as a failure, I think for me it was a life-changing event. I realized that I wasn't all that smart or focused, and so to succeed in anything, I would need to surround myself with people of intellect and commitment. I could never succeed alone. It was, and I think still is, the greatest learning and the key to any success that I've achieved. So even though you're graduating today, I would say to you, as Mark Twain once said, don't let your schooling get in the way of your education. Continue to seek wisdom from others. This wisdom will come from some of the most unlikely sources. You know, I've had the privilege of interacting with prime ministers, premiers, university professors and academics and very highly successful business people, but I can tell you I've learned some of my greatest lessons from very humble and common folk who most would not consider as intellectual. Wisdom is not the purview of the privileged few. Surround yourself with people of integrity. Seek out diversity of thought and welcome opinions that challenge your own preconceived ideas. You'll be enriched by that experience. You know, my road through life has been a pretty uncharted path. I would have never imagined my life as it played out. You know, I dropped out of university. I tried several vocations looking for something I could be passionate about before returning to my family farm. But you know, I found my passion in a very unlikely place, working at a local cattle feedlot after farming was shut down for the winter. You know, and I started in the most humbling jobs, shoveling feed bunks, putting out straw bedding, unthrowing water bowls, and other menial tasks, and excuse my French, and freezing my ass off in the winter. But over several seasons, I was able to work in every facet of the feedlot business, and I grew to love it. I met extraordinary people with the love of their cattle and their industry in spite of its sometimes daunting challenges. It inspired me, and so in 1985, I made the decision to pursue this full-time as my life's work. It was a very different path than that of the son of a grain farmer would have ever conceived. But I've enjoyed a great life, and I've made a good living doing what I love. And over the years, as Dean Mary has said, we were able to build the largest feedlot, the first ever ethanol plant in Canada, solely constructed for fuel ethanol, and enjoy unique integration technologies that are unique in the world. And so we were able to do all those things over the 30 years I was there, and it's been a great honor to work for that company. So I advise you today, don't let your degree stand in the way of pursuing your passion, even if that leads you down a path you wouldn't have dreamed of. There may be disappointments along the way, maybe even failure. But if you can find that thing, it will mean that you'll never really have to work another day in your life. And besides, if you encounter utter failure, remember what Robert Frost once said, home is a place where you can always go and they have to take you back. And I thought I saw a couple parents shirk there, just for a second. So when BSE hit, or mad cow, hit our industry in May 2003, it was the greatest challenge that cattle men and women faced in recent history. Their cattle, and therefore their livelihood, just one day before that were selling at record high prices, and the future looked bright, the very next day suddenly became worthless. Markets and processors shut down, international markets were sealed off, and the future looked very bleak. There was even talk of mass euthanization of cattle, and then burning and burying them in pits that had occurred during the BSE incident in Britain. A lifetime of work seemed lost virtually overnight. It would have been easy to become fearful and defeatist. But that passion for the cattle industry and the people that made their living in it, encouraged by fellow cattlemen and bolstered by the unwavering support of the entire industry in the country of Canada for the beef industry, I decided I'd do whatever I could to offer to bring back the industry to sustainability. This decision led me on a journey of several years. Countless meetings with governments, both foreign and domestic, hundreds of thousands of air miles traveling to foreign countries to reestablish markets, and dozens of media interviews assuring consumers and customers of the safety of their product. It was tiring and challenging work, but ultimately it was successful. None of those doomsday predictions came to reality. And during that time, I met great people and learned great lessons. It made our industry stronger, more aware, and more resilient. So I say to you, there are times when you too may face great uncertainty, either professionally or personally. Times when things may look very bleak. Just as you were advised not to turn and run from a potential wild animal attack but remain calm, I tell you to face your fear head on. Remain calm. Accept your circumstance for what it is, but then use all your energy to find solutions. There's always an option available. Focus on that. You know, on the path to success, nothing matters as much as your will to succeed. But I'm confident, of course, that you will succeed. Your degree opens up a world of opportunity, and the timing could never be better for you as you operate now in a truly global environment. But on your road to success, however, you need to occasionally take time to stand back and measure that success. Not just professional success or financial success, or even success as others might define it, but the success you'll achieve by your own effort that gives you pride and builds your self-worth. Believe that you can do great things that can change someone's life for the better. Remember, almost every great breakthrough in human history has occurred because one person believed there was a better way. Nelson Mandela and Mahatma Gandhi battled racism and changed the geopolitical landscape for millions and millions of people. Albert Einstein, Stephen Hawking changed scientific and mathematical thought. And maybe closer to home, Terry Fox and Rick Hansen raised awareness for great cancer research and continue to raise millions by their courage. These are just a few examples. And then finally, make time to give back to others less fortunate. Mother Teresa once said, "Service to others is the rent we pay for living on this earth." I tell you, pay your rent, and it'll yield dividends back to you many times over. You're entering a new phase of your life. Your formal education is drawing to a close, and your real education is going to begin. Enter it with enthusiasm and with curiosity. For some, you know what you want to pursue, and that's wonderful. For others, that moment is yet to come. But don't worry about taking your time. You're a long way from retirement, and you have plenty of time to build that future. Dream big, set your goals high, and believe that you can be a game changer in whatever you choose. Finally, we are so blessed to live in Canada, one of the greatest countries on earth. A country where anything is possible, and your future is not bound by preconceived limitations like race, religion, sexual orientation, or others that many people around the world suffer from. You have the opportunity to build a future on your own terms. And I know that's true because I've lived it, and I'm living it today. So I wish you good luck, and I wish you Godspeed on your journey. And thank you once again, and I accept this honor on behalf of all those people that helped me along the way. Thank you very much.
Eminent Chancellor, Mr. President, members of the University Senate and Board, I present to you the petition of the Council of this university that the candidates to be named, having fulfilled all the requirements of the bylaws, may, with your permission, be admitted to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which they are entitled.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of the Council of this university, I consent to admit you to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which you are entitled, and to vest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto.
So the moment you've all been waiting for, and I'm sure you're wondering what's going to happen next, and I'm going to tell you. You will proceed, the first row will stand up and proceed towards the platform over there. And I know you've probably figured this out, but the second row follows the first row. And when you get onto the platform, if you come forward and turn at the end of the platform to face the audience, and there will be a hood put around your shoulders, and there will be a picture taken of you at that point. You can proceed to the first podium over there, and the orator will announce your name. And this is the important part. You then proceed over to the middle of the platform where the chancellor is sitting, and the chancellor will admit you to your degree. So that's a critical step. Don't try and skip it. Then you proceed across the platform where you'll be greeted by the president and by your dean or associate dean, who will present you with the parchment. And you can then proceed down the stairs and return to your seats. So if I could ask the first row to stand up and move towards the platform.
As long as you're back here, you should. I am amazed at how you can sign. It's incredible. Emmett Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Agriculture and Bioresources, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the diploma in agronomy. I present to you Ryan Matthew Bredner. Mackenzie Johnston, with great distinction. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Agriculture and Bioresources, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science in Animal Bioscience. I present to you Peyton Victoria Bailey, with distinction. Samia Jetham. Karen Rose Davison Ursu. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Agriculture and Bioresources, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agribusiness. I present to you Angela Martha Patron. Xiaofeng Sun. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Agriculture and Bioresources, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. I present to you Yunhao Ji. Morgan Canick, with distinction. Shuai Liu. Caitlin Tedford. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Agriculture and Bioresources and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Science. I present to you Francis Terperti Abayastea. Raul Enrique Avila Venueze. Elena Benick. Sylvia Beatrice Manajovsky. Asha Roy. Karen Ann Scott. Sarah Isabel Struthers. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Education, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the certificate in teaching English as a second language. I present to you Maria Estela Teo Balbuena. Rochelle Ann Bosco. Verna Bernice Eaton. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Education, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the certificate in Indigenous languages. I present to you Fallon Rosemarie Baptiste. Christine Ann Teresa Revenis. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Education, I present to you this scholar and ask that you will confer on her the Certificate in Leadership in Post-Secondary Education. I present to you Bonnie Faye Hartman. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Education, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Education. I present to you Calissa Cameron. Lisa Dawn Evans. Michelle Lynn Furland Murphy. Trevor Dean Gerard Iron. Ashley Nicole Laprise. Donis Renee Lariviere. Marlene F. Patakin. Jamie Jolene Pauls. Tanis Jean Rediron. Clayton Bradley Smoky Day. Charlie Venn. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Education, I present to you these scholars from the College of Education and ask that you will confer on them the post-degree certificate in education, special education. I present to you Deborah Lynn Amundsen. Crystal Dale Chief. Deanna Lee Doherty. Jacqueline Marie Jiwa. Samantha Lynn Jakes. Carissa Lee Clausen. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Education and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Education. I present to you Sikwan Achak Ahenaku. Sherry Marie Anderson. Haley Elise Barch. Tennille Jacqueline Bear. Jessica Dawn Blacklock. Mona Michelle Brass. Kavia Catherine Burns. Jason Caswell. Wasn't the ceremony you thought. Kirsten Riva Catarat. Jessica Lynn Couture. Andrea Sherry Custer. Teresa Alice DeHoop. Lori Michelle Dole. Joshua Aiden Dunn. Jody Gale Enanu. Judy Gale Enanu. And I have my reading glasses on. Jody Suzanne Fitzpatrick. Shannon Effie Fullerton. Catherine Elizabeth Gibb. Catherine Greenshields. Arlene Jenny Hansen. Crystal Hansen. Michelle Ann Hardy. Carrie Rochelle Harper. Sean Gregory Hayes. Brittany Page Hendry. Amanda Michelle Holowaschuk. And company. Kimberly James. Patricia Louise Johnson. Erin Michelle Jones. Heather Patricia Blake. Sarah Ordena Lutit. Cindy Madeline McKenzie. Justin William Matheson. Courtney Dawn McLeod. Carmen Ann Messer. Laura Elizabeth Negrath. Tram Tai Quinn Nguyen. Audrey Ann Knight. Jared Kenneth Nordick. Shenyeri Evelyn Nwaboda. Anne Margaret Ketchmonia Obey. Kelsey Erin O'Byrne. Amy May Marie O'Hara. Jill Renee Oman. Rochelle Anjane. Alexander Onyekachi Orji. Whitney Dawn Paul. Heather Louisa Rauscher. Salima Saeed. Sean Paula Sanderson. Rochelle Angela Scott. Simon Ernest Stang. Ian Alexander Temple. Krista Mary Wunsch.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Engineering, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science in Engineering. Civil Engineering, Louis Austin Cola. Computer Engineering, Arthur Frederick Proctor, with distinction. Sandesh Shakya. Electrical Engineering, Muhammad Awasis Arshad. Geological Engineering, Oksana Mary Frances Dubasov. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Engineering and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Engineering. I present to you Jamahul Bikan, Paul Danayon, Debdata Das, Jignes Golakia, Muhammad Hassan, E. Liu, Oluwasegun Olafaja, Sharmeen Farouk Punjwani, Zagham Siddiq, Jeremy David Thomas, Ram Gopinath, Bowen Yang, Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Engineering and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Science. I present to you Emmanuel Bamiz Adigbo, Saket Adakari, Osama Aslam Ansari, Nripesh Ayer, Michael Matthew Boyko, Zhijing Kabahug, Douglas Alexander Campbell, Alamal Haku Khan, Suraj Kumar. Yening Li. Shahid Mahmood. Olamide Oriola. Mafijur Rahman. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Kinesiology, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology. I present to you Brielle Lane Bisson. Sydney Jacqueline Colnut, with great distinction. Lisa Brianne Herner, Carrie Brianne Herner, with distinction. Dylan John Koshman. Megan Hannah Privé, with distinction. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Law, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Juris Doctor. I present to you Griffin James Anderson. May Virginia Huul. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the graduate and postdoctoral studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Law and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Laws. I present to you Anamika Izini. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Medicine and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Science. I present to you Nikolay Grishenka. Famid Islam. Melissa Brianne Palmer. Thank you. Shin Chin. Thank you. Nazim Rostampur. Tamara Rebecca Lee Waldron. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Nursing, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing. I present to you Chelsea Rochelle Frontaine. Shania Laura Jade Petit. Puneet Kaur Uppal. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Nursing and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Nursing. I present to you Brend Faith Acosta Bay. Marie Carmela Barras Estorco. Ermandeep Gill. Leanne Dawn McLeod. Megan Patricia Pegg. Darcy Leah Sparks. Megan Addie Warabetz. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Pharmacy and Nutrition and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Science. I present to you Kelly Ann Buxton. Munawar Ali Mohammed. Renee Anika Ramaki. Sujin Shiwu. Ayat Hassam Zadzu.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the School of Rehabilitation Science and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Physical Therapy. I present to you Alexandra Sophia Barnes. Samantha Christine Bessie. Kendra Kathleen Cairns. Alexi Paige Carlton. Amanda Marie Clement. Fabian Joseph Dale. Cayenne Keith Dirksen. Rianne Sarah Zinzalowski. Jillian Paige Eberts. Veronica Catherine Finkus. Colin Andrew Flissack. Cody Richard Forsell. Alicia Ganji. Stephanie Ann Horsley. Sarah Lynn Illerbrun. Amber Dorothy Jensen. Chelsea Chima Carey. Mustafa Ramadan Koryam. Rebecca Dorothy Laskew. Riley Samuel Mason. Liam Connor McMahon. Anthony Josiah Miko. Heather May Maloney. Kara Michaela Monteith. Brittany Amber Mowat. Joelle Elizabeth Nerbus. Morsel Niazi. Charlene Cole Dwernichuk Patterson. Gunnar Dwight Schock. Sarah Louise Sharkey. Jeffrey Victor Spindor. Kiera Danielle Stasic. Kelsey Lynn Walser. Jayla Dawn Wiest. Megan Dawn Wallace-Chuck. Jillian Michelle Youngworth. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the School of Public Health and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Public Health. I present to you Sarvinas Esmailzadeh. Sway Moon Jaso. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you this scholar from the School of Public Health and ask that you will confer on her the degree of Master of Science. I present to you Sharing John. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the Western College of Veterinary Medicine, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. I present to you Tse Hugh Lin. Elsa E.L. Lubiantaro. Sherry Elizabeth Woods. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the Western College of Veterinary Medicine and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Science. I present to you Zachary Curry. Courtney Elizabeth May Houston. Diana Rocio Marcia Rodriguez. Ladies and gentlemen, it is customary at the University of Saskatchewan that after being admitted to their degree, our PhD graduates will be met by their supervisor and escorted to join the platform party in a symbolic welcome to a global community of scholars. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I present to you Olubusola Adepeju Adelugba. Mace Ayed Mohan Aldulemi. Germaine Veronique Arenzi. Darvin Dale Cheyenne LaShawn Bryan. Wadena Delcy Burnett. Allison Lee Kammer. Raghuvira Kumar Goel. Thushari Anamari Gunawardana. Ashish Gupta. Mohammed Riza Hagu. Edison Harold Albuja. Eugenia Herwig. Leora Wendy James. Zara Girani. Momina A. Khan. Joel Robert Krentz. Tui T. Cam Lay. Hua Lee. Zubing Lee. Colin Dennis McLaren. Nader Mozami Gudarzi. Joel Nado. Yetunde Ogunbolude. J. Krishna Nair, Putam Pureo, Shashi Dharan Nair. Ellen Ruth Stalker Rafferty. Rudala Sajivadathan. Mohsen Shakuri. Lakshmi Narasimhan Sundarajan. Ian Robert Willick. Grant Alexander Wilson. Lin Wu. Please join me in congratulating these graduates on their certificates and degrees.
Eminent Chancellor, in the name of the faculties, I ask you to grant the degrees, diplomas, and certificates in absentia to those students who have met the requirements to graduate but were not able to be present today.
At the request of the faculties, I authorize these degrees, diplomas, and certificates to be granted.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the College of Education, it is my pleasure to present to you Miss Verna Eaton, most distinguished graduate in the certificate program in teaching English as a second language. Following a rewarding career as a classroom teacher, in-school administrator, and special education resource room teacher in Saskatchewan's public school system, Miss Eaton entered the Sir Tessel program in the College of Education. She enters Convocation today as our most distinguished graduate in this program, having achieved an overall average of 93%. Commenting on her choice to enter the Sir Tessel program, Miss Eaton remarked, "After many rewarding years of working with youth, I decided I needed another adventure. But once a teacher, always a teacher. I remain connected to high school students through sports, but have delved into the world of adult education with visitors and newcomers to Canada whose first language is not English." Miss Eaton is thankful for the opportunity this program has provided to share in the expertise, support, and challenging environment created by her instructors. She looks forward to the change of direction in career in the Sir Tessel certified area, expanding her teaching into the field of education as an alternative and second language. I know you will share in my offering of congratulations to Miss Eaton, who has recently accepted a position at the University of Saskatchewan Language Centre. Congratulations, Verna.
Eminent Chancellor, distinguished guests, all of you graduates, and to all of the families who have come here to support them today, Tanse, Tanshikia, bonjour, and it's my pleasure to be able to offer on the behalf of the College of Education this year's Saskatchewan Teachers Federation Award for the most outstanding graduate of the fall convocation. Unfortunately, our recipient this year, Ms. Alexandra Clark, was unable to attend the event, but to honor her this afternoon, I wish to present to you a biography so that we can honor her in absentia. Alexandra Clark is the College of Education's most outstanding graduate for the fall 2018 convocation, and as a result is the recipient of the Saskatchewan Teachers Federation Award, graduating with distinction as an average of 80%. Ali, as she's known, graduated from Carleton Comprehensive High School in Prince Albert. She began her studies at the University of Saskatchewan in 2011 and completed a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. During her studies in education, she was a peer mentor for the College of Education and one of our Programs Office 2017 Summer Research Assistants. Her research topic was on a newly developed idea called Education Learning Communities, broadening the scope of teacher education. She was also a recipient of the College of Education Scholarship in 2017-2018. Ali completed her extended practica at the Lake Vista Elementary School in Martinsville. Lake Vista was a brand new school in the fall of 2017, so along with the other staff, Ali had an important role in helping to develop and build the relationships within a new school community. She worked with 2 collaborating teachers, a classroom teacher and a special education teacher, which allowed her to work with a diverse group of students, as well as the learning service support team, including psychologists, occupational therapists, and speech-language pathologists. Her main teaching assignment was in a grade 2 classroom, teaching social studies, science, and math. She also participated in the school's extracurricular activities, assisting with volleyball, soccer, and basketball, and still managed to achieve this outstanding acknowledgement. So please help me congratulate in absentia Ms. Alexandra Clark. The second award I have the honor of presenting goes to Mr. Trevor Iron, the J. Victoria Miners Book Prize for Fall Convocation. Trevor is the recipient of the J. Victoria Miners Book Prize, awarded at Convocation to the student with the second highest standing in his graduating year. Trevor is a proud member of the Canoe Lake Cree First Nation. He's a father of 3 beautiful children. Trevor graduated from Canoe Lake High School, then attended the University of Saskatchewan, and received a Bachelor of Arts degree in Native Studies. As a University of Saskatchewan alumni, he returned to campus after over a decade of work in First Nations communities in facilities maintenance, water quality, and project team management. Trevor is passionate about Cree language and culture. In recent years, he recognized a need for Cree language revitalization and drove this decision to shift careers. Throughout his learning experiences in the Indian Teacher Education Program, he flourished as a student and credits ITEP for his unique teaching and learning experiences. As a dedicated student, he's also a recipient of numerous awards and scholarships. As part of the professional school model at St. Francis Elementary School, he was able to put his practice of his Cree language during his student teaching and internship. He recognizes that making and connecting with Indigenous students is an important way to promote student learning, and he makes it a priority to develop these relationships. He's happy working with his grade 5 students at St. Francis Cree Bilingual School and looks forward to the years ahead. As a continuation of his learning, he's currently enrolled also in the Cree Indigenous Language Certificate at the College of Education. He's shown tremendous commitment to Indigenous education and Cree language revitalization. With this kind of a background, it's very much an honor to congratulate Trevor Iron. Hi, hi.
Eminent Chancellor, President Stoichev, honored guests, family, friends, and especially graduates. On behalf of the faculty of the School of Rehabilitation Science, I'm very pleased to present the Sedonic Family Award to this year's most distinguished Master of Physical Therapy graduate, Rebecca Laskew. The Sedonic family have been very long-time friends and supporters of the school and the University of Saskatchewan. They have established this award in recognition of the critical importance of physical therapists as key members of healthcare teams. The family's commitment to this award is their way of supporting students like Rebecca to be high-quality health professionals. Becky grew up in Regina, graduated from Campbell Collegiate, moved to UBC to pursue her undergraduate degree, came back to Saskatchewan where she completed a psychology degree with high honors at University of Regina prior to entering the University of Saskatchewan Master of Physical Therapy program. Her academic achievements are outstanding, receiving many awards during her undergraduate program and also throughout the MPT program. She graduates today with the highest academic standing in the program. No small feat in this very challenging program with a group of academically talented classmates. During the program, Becky contributed many ways to the School of Rehabilitation Science. As an example, within her role as co-president of the Physical Therapy Students Society, she balanced many leadership commitments, sitting on committees, and participating in university and community events and activities. For those of us who've had the privilege of working with Becky, she's an engaged learner, collaborates effectively with others, whether she's working with patients, classmates, or professors. She is respectful, kind, and she always has a huge smile. She has unlimited energy, evidenced by her travel over the years to many places like Paris, where she worked at the Hard Rock Cafe, Dublin, Quebec, and like all physical therapy students, she has a diverse set of interests. President Stoichev will be happy to hear she is a talented actor. She has toured with the Globe Theatre and Souris Theatre. She is an accomplished singer-songwriter participating in the Via Rail onboard entertainer program, and she's released an album, including her own songs such as Love, Loss, and Hot Chocolate, and a single entitled Ode to Winter. She's obviously from the prairies. So what's next to come? Becky has accepted a physical therapy position at the Regina General Hospital and plans to pursue her interests in pediatric and neurological physical therapy. High on the list is spending more time with her fiancé, Michael, and putting the finishing touches on their November wedding. We're excited that she's going to be starting her career in Saskatchewan. She is a perfect fit for a profession that is dynamic, tirelessly seeks to improve the well-being of our society. On behalf of faculty, staff, and students, Becky, we are very proud of you. We wish you all the best, and we know you will make a huge contribution to your patients and our community.
Eminent Chancellor Romano, President Stoichev, distinguished platform colleagues, graduates, family, and friends. The Distinguished Graduate Supervisor Award is awarded each year at the Fall Convocation to recognize excellence in the very important role of the graduate student supervisor. This recognition was first awarded in 2002 to a faculty member in the Department of English, to somebody by the name of Peter Stoichev. The very deserving recipient this year is Dr. Anthony Kuslik, affectionately referred to as Tony. Tony, would you join me at the podium? The Convocation program provides some details about Tony's career, his appointments at the university, and his research interests, and you've probably had enough time now to actually read that. What the program does not tell you is that the nomination package was prepared by students that he supervises now or has supervised in the past. And it's always especially gratifying when students think you're doing a good job. In the nomination package, former students gave much credit to Tony for their success in finding jobs at places like Microsoft, BC Cancer Agency, the Hospital for Sick Children, the Mayo Clinic, Harvard Medical School, Amazon, and the Canadian Light Source. All of the letters from these students gave credit to Tony for their success in scholarship competitions. One student wrote, "Because of Tony, I have been awarded 16 scholarships over the past 4 years that are equivalent to $383,235. Another quote, "Tony's support has resulted in being able to present my research at conferences in France, Czech Republic, Hong Kong, Ireland, the USA, and Canada." Another student wrote, "More important than anything else, I commend Tony for his patience. I can only imagine the extraordinary power that it takes to guide a younger, more opinionated version of me down the right path. Patience that is not simply waiting or being calm, it is caring enough about students that what they are going through while courteously mentoring them through it all." And the last quote that I will leave with you is this: "Tony is a role model to his students, and I constantly find myself asking, what would Tony do?" Each recipient of the Distinguished Graduate Supervisor Award over the past receives a certificate. Their name is added to a master plaque in the Murray Library, and they receive an honorarium of $1,000. In this case, Tony has insisted that the money be made available as a research grant because he intends, as you expect, to use it to support a graduate student. Tony, I know you are especially proud of the students with whom you get to work every day. We are also very proud of you for your leadership and your commitment to our graduate students. Congratulations on being named the 2018 Distinguished Graduate Supervisor.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Grit McCreath. I'm the Honorary Ambassador for the University of Saskatchewan, as well as a proud University of Saskatchewan alumna graduating from the College of Education in 1991. My family has a long tradition of alumni reigning from the U of S, all starting back to my parents, who migrated here from Europe many years ago. Lifelong academics, they had to re-educate themselves in a new country, in a new language. This university provided that opportunity for them and later provided exciting opportunities for myself, my brothers, and for my own children. The USask Alumni Association has 152,000 members across the world, and today we welcome almost 1,000 more to our esteemed family. Today we celebrate your outstanding accomplishments as students and the end to your academic journey, or at least a portion of your academic journey, because this really is a new beginning. While you are students on the campus for a relatively short time, you are proud USask alumni for a lifetime. We are a family, and we encourage you to keep connected with us as you continue on your path. From this day forward, all that you accomplish, all that you create, discover, enhance, build, explore, you will do as alumnus or alumna of the University of Saskatchewan. I ask you to turn your attention to the screen to see what USask alumni can do with their hard-earned degrees. Our alumni are doing great things because of the education they received at the University of Saskatchewan. It really is inspiring. What a great group, one that you can proudly say you're part of now. It is my hope for you that you find joy in whatever path you choose, and that you never stop the thirst for knowledge you acquired here. As time goes on and you settle into your lives, you may find that the passion fades away, but don't let it. Always be curious, always be searching, and always strive to know more. Because of your time at USask, you have all the skills, knowledge, and abilities to think critically, solve problems, create solutions, be leaders, and discover the unknown. Congratulations to each and every one of our graduates. And welcome, welcome to the University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association. And as Dr. Seuss said, yay, you.
Friends, I'm not sure that I can bring it home, as they say that I should try here. I'm sure there were many times in my political career when people said, I wish he couldn't talk. The one time that I want to talk, I can't. But this does bring our convocation ceremony to a close. Before we do, I'd like to thank a number of people. First, Darren Olerking and the University Wind Orchestra, our vocalist, Angela Urishinin, our signer, Carla Klassen, our drum group, the Buffalo Boys Productions, our traditional knowledge keeper, Ross Gardepy, and the teams from the Convocation Office and the Office of the University Secretary, all of whom play a very important role in making these ceremonies such a success. To the graduates, you have studied hard to earn your degree, and we all wish you continued success throughout your lives, both personally and professionally. Congratulations. Earning your degree will show you value for a lifetime to come, and the education you have received from the U of S has prepared you to meet these challenges head on. So, as they say, follow your dreams, because that's where you will find your true passion. And in the end, that's what we want for each graduate of the University of Saskatchewan. Thank you all for attending. And before closing here, I would ask that you remain at your seats until the platform party has left the stage. Thank you very much for being here and participating.
Thank you.